Hi, welcome to Needing a Meeting, and this is Carol, your haggard host. How you doing? Okay, let's see here. Let me put the link in the chat here. And I don't know about that. Anyway, I was just finishing up the cooking, and I'm very hungry, y'all. I want to eat. Oh, come on. Please, something happened, right? Come on. Thank you. All right, Seventh Son Mischief. Henny. Whoa, you guys, thank you. Okay, you're here, and I'm here, sort of. Anybody else? Okay, there's the link to come into the room. Anybody who wants to talk? Yeah, I was just putting the crunch on the last few things, getting ready to eat. And so, yeah, I'm starved. I've been cooking all day. So I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on this, I think. Hi, Rolling Stone. Hello. If you're hungry, go eat. We can do things at another time. Well, I wasn't going to shut the meeting down. I know Christy said she wanted a meeting, and I haven't heard from Plant Freak yet. At least that's the last update when I was able to focus on Facebook. Anyway, you are welcome to stay and chat or do something Christmassy or go eat. We love you and don't want you to be hungry. Yeah, I'm kind of cranky when I'm hungry. Yes, I am cranky when I'm hungry. So I'll, you know what? I didn't want to bring the computer into the living room, but I guess I can. And then that way, if people come on, they can have a meeting. I'll need to turn the music off because I'm sure there are copyright issues there. Checking out of here. Carol can have a dinner. Yeah. And who knows, maybe I can do this later on. I'll just do an impromptu potentially. I'm not going to shut it down just yet in case Christy and Plant Freak do show up and Rebecca and Steve potentially. He's been in the hospital, you guys. So send some ones out for Steve. He's been really through it. Okay, Henny. All right, you guys. I'm going to leave it running in case somebody does come and want a meeting and just kind of keep checking. This is too cold. This is too cold. No, I'm not doing my meeting. I'm making the meeting available to do, but I'm not doing it. So like I wanted to what was I going to say? I don't even remember what I was sitting down to say. I need to eat, y'all. I'm kind of watching the window to see if anybody pops on. Let's see here. It's only just begun. Went by Henny.
TV's out, Carol.
Yeah, she probably needs to eat too. She's been smelling all that food cooking too. You think she had?
Oh, she's had all the coffee she wants.
Yeah, let's go her with tea. No.
No?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, she's done it. Where is she on the porch? She's probably there.
They smashed the ball and chewed that up.
There's ginger out the fridge. Nobody's showing up. Oh, trolls. Ew, we don't like trolls. Just say no to trolls. Oh, hello. I don't have my lights on. I hate that thing. Hate it. Let's see. I was going to try to get hold of some folks on Facebook. I was going, once I put the songs that I like, I started going with suggestions, listening to a few bars. Yep, that'll go on there. Yep, that'll go on there. So there's gonna be some stuff I don't actually know.
There was someone who had the same video once, like fading out of the fireplace. Who is that?
Welcome to the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, I'm sure they started in the 70s. Well, yeah. We'll keep it nicer for people that are gone.
The 90s moved on to designer drugs.
I actually seen some of this. It's the same thing I did last time, but I see it more like I see it for my own.
The stuff?
Yeah, I didn't do that last time. I just laid it on this one small floor. And that right there is your hand, if you want it. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So if you don't, sugar will be soaked. She's like, she has trouble eating, and I fed her like the outside pieces. And she's like, oh, it was like riding a bike. Like, oh yeah, this is something to eat.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, she's pretty much.
And I've never seen her more contented in a while. It's been a while since I've seen her that contented. Yeah.
I was
Okay.
I need the whole thing of it.
Yeah.
There's extra gravy here. Yeah, take all you want. Stuff.
You don't do it.
Yeah, and it may be weird.
After we dropped a Christmas music video like in May on a song that had nothing to do with Christmas. I think that was very good.
Yeah.
I don't get why that would speak to her,
Yeah,
but
it's funny.
no, it's like that.
As we get ready to launch a Christmas album about June. I gotta sit in the couch for the hall. Yes, sir. Carol, would you like to watch Obliterated?
I don't know why I couldn't keep that. That happens a lot. Well, I let out stuff about 3 hours, like sitting in out there. Yeah. It happens a lot. Like, I don't believe there in the-
Hello, guys. I ate, and it was good. The best seasoning is hunger. If you're hungry enough, anything tastes good. But you know what? It was delicious, and we did a vegan roast, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
No, don't open that.
It's 81 degrees in the living room.
And it feels fantastic.
81's too hot.
81 feels fantastic. You
Praise the Holy Christmas of Mary. 81's too hot. I miss the holiday foods my wife and daughter would make. It's that seventh.
Yeah. Miss the holiday foods my wife and daughter would make.
Rolled egg roll wrapped in grape leaf. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. I used to make tamales. Oh, I love Christmas tamales.
I used to make tamale pie. It was a lot easier. Mash the cornmeal down at the bottom, your sauce, your meat, your cheese, and bake it.
Yeah.
The lazy tamale. That'd be a great restaurant. The lazy tamale with spuds.
That was so good, sweetie.
Mm-hmm. The lazy tamale, Carol. That's your new restaurant. Give people warm fuzzies.
Steve got me this for Christmas. Is it backwards or is it
It's backwards.
mra something?
It says warm fuzzies.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. I got 2 pumpkin pies.
Yeah, they're in the oven.
And 2 teeny weeny pumpkin pies.
Oh, fun.
Made from those shortcake shells or little graham cracker shells.
Okay.
Broccoli casserole will be the follow-up. You want this on?
Might, yeah. Like the top, Carol. Yeah, Steve got that for me for Christmas. It says warm fuzzies. I had a Christmas shirt that I was going to wear, but he got me this and I liked it. And so I'm going to wear it.
Got a scuff right there.
Surprise, surprise.
It's from Target.
Yes, I do. I do need more wrenches. I can make some wrenches. Anybody want to be a wrench?
I got her some socks that'll match her hip
me know.
waders.
Let me know if you want to be made a wrench, and I'll just make you a wrench real quick. And yeah, nobody needs some trolls. My gosh, nobody, but nobody. All right, let's see here. Anik, CK, Plant Freak. Let's see. Did Carol get a cloak of invisibility for Christmas? Ah! Yes, that would be so fantastic. I would love that. I'd be done. No more Christmases. I got all the Christmas I'll ever need. Okay, Anik, I will make you a wrench. I'll have to do it in YouTube. I can't do it from the restream. Here we go. I'll silence this. Okay. All right, let's see here. Add as moderator. If you know anything about moderating, Anik, do you want to be a managing moderator or a standard moderator? I read the thing, but I honestly can't tell the difference. I'm a wrench for Misha. I want to be a wrench for Misha too. And for Christy when she gets her channel up. Let's see. Do you want to be a standard moderator or a managing moderator? Because I honestly don't know the difference. Merry Christmas, Plant Freak. Hello, Stacia. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hi. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Or happy holidays or whatever you believe in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always been Christmas ever since I've been alive. So backwards, but I love it. New to it though, so I don't know the difference between those two. Okay, well, let's see if I can. Let's see. I'm making Anik a moderator. And I don't know the difference between a managing moderator and a standard moderator. Managing moderator says can manage blocked words and change chat modes in live and also has capabilities of standard moderators. Well, let's just do the whole kit and caboodle then. You are a managing moderator. All right, give us some messages and let's see if we got if you are with wrench. Why do some cameras record like a mirror? Yeah, I had this thing all worked out to where it was the right direction for a little while and it went back, it reverted back for some reason. Happy happy Festivus. And Festivus for the rest of us. Is that what that is? Hi, Nadine. So yeah, I cooked all day and I was super hungry by the time I got through. And that vegan roast was so good.
That's awesome. So how did you do it?
Well, I bought it and followed the directions. It's called there's a company called Field Roast and they do vegetarian hot dogs and sausages. They do a holiday roast and we bought that. It was double what the other one. Well, no, the other one was like $15, I think. The tofurkey one, and it was the field roast was so good.
Good.
It was tender. You know, I followed the directions and it was perfect.
Very cool.
You are wrenched. Let's see. You're wrenched, Anik. Thank you.
And Anik, I don't know. I know very little about YouTube or or this app or
Woohoo! Yes. So yeah, I did stovetop stuffing this year instead of the whole baked thing. And I learned from Thanksgiving. I went to Whole Foods and got their little package of stovetop stuffing, whole grain. And this time I just I got 2 packages, and I seasoned it like I seasoned my stuffing in the package, and just kind of shook it up in there and cooked it like, and it tastes like my stuffing. So I mean, I hope they have that next year because it was good.
excellent.
Hello, I am the Noise Opera. Merry Christmas, y'all.
That's an awesome name.
I know it is. Truly. I debated whether or not I've talked about this on this channel before, but I have debated whether or not to talk about it on Christmas Day or not. Back in 2016, at about 3 a.m, Christmas Day, I was trying to figure out the least messy, least painless way to not be here anymore. And it was just all this accumulation of just shame and all these voices in my just I couldn't shake all the voices that I had accumulated through, the cult, through my own shame with giving my child up for adoption. There was a heap of shame being piled on everybody during that election season. There was plenty of it being dished out, plenty of it to go around. And I was really all up into Facebook at that time. And that's the voices that were circulating in my being. And I was all caught up in it. And I just could not find the quiet. I could not find anything that sounded like my voice. All I heard was all this other stuff running through me. And so, I really was, once I had decided that, you know what, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just opt out here. Everything stopped. And I'm like, oh, so that's all I had to do is just decide to not be here anymore, And it gave me enough of a stopping off point to think. And I was able to think about the people in my life, my mom, my husband, and my friends. And when it got to my son, that's when I started to pause. Because I thought, because he'd been having struggles, mental health, and just struggles, and within himself. And I just thought, if I do this, what kind of message does that send to him about how whether or not life is worth living? And I'm in my 40s, or am I in my 50s by that point? I guess I'm in my 50s by this point. And yeah, he when I got pregnant with him, I think he saved my life then. Because I had this thing constantly talking at me like I wasn't going to live to see 30. And I feel like being pregnant with him kind of put that all on pause, put that all on hold. And, gave me an opportunity to look at my life. I mean, there's nothing that I have found that has made me look at my life quite like getting pregnant did, Otherwise, I wasn't even gonna stop to think about what I was doing. I was just in it, and answer killers, mind, body, and spirit, Nadine. Yeah. And yeah, And I think this went a little beyond ants. This was troubling things in my being that I could not shut off. I could not shut down. And I couldn't hear me anymore. I didn't know if I was going to be able to hear me anymore. But, so I began to think, okay, if I am going to live, how do I stop living like the way that got me to this point? And how do I take hold of this power that making a decision for myself gave me? Because it did. It just, everything shut down, and all of a sudden, oh, here I am. I'm here. I'm still here, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And so I just began to make some decisions, and I actually also called a suicide hotline because I wasn't out of crisis by any means, and I was so I was just so whatever it was that I couldn't even get anything to come. I couldn't get my voice to work,
Okay.
and they hung up on me.
Oh.
The suicide hotline hung up on me. If they'd have been listening, they would have heard me kind of growling, trying to get something out.
Yeah.
And nobody was listening. Granted, it was 3 a.m. Who knows what time it was where they were? Yeah, 100% plant free. They hung up. So I didn't give up. I Googled some more, and I found a text line. And somebody responded to me, yeah, OMG is right. And I got hold of the right person. They had some wisdom, on, how would I, if I were a little kid, would I be as rough on me as I was being on me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would you do for that little kid? And that's what, whatever that is, that's what we need to be doing for you, And that person seriously got me through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never would have thought that I would ever have gotten to that point, but it can happen. It can happen to anybody.
Yep.
You dogpile enough stuff on somebody, and you get them desperate enough.
Yeah.
Tommy was talking about earlier today about someone who was on hold on the suicide hotline for so long, they finally gave up and called Tommy. God. Why do they have a number up like that if it's not going to be available? Thank you, Anik. Our inner child, treat ourselves like our baby selves. Yeah. Yeah. And one of the first things that I wanted to, like I said, to take hold of that power that made a decision to end it one way or the other in the torment, and the torment just went, it's straight lined or whatever, where flat lined. And it's like, okay, I need to take hold of the power that gave me in that moment. And I need to somehow incorporate that into my life, because apparently I'm going to keep on living here.
Yeah.
And first thing I did is get off Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed off Facebook for a year.
I get you. I've before I got DJ, I wasn't on Facebook very often. And now I post cat pictures.
Yeah.
It's it's kind of the only reason, but then those cat pictures, it was the reason that it helped me through some of the long COVID, kind of I don't know why seeing other people's fur babies helped. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I've been in that same place, and not same situation, of course, and today was a hard day. Today I was crying earlier, but my therapist reminds me regularly that I need to take care of the inner child, because I would give so much more support and sympathy and all the things to everyone else, but I suck at giving that to myself.
Yeah.
And there was a stretch, and it's still kind of in this place where I went through all the different ways to end things, and I realized the only way that wouldn't cause too much pain to me was a gun, and I didn't have a gun. And it's the reason I don't own one and will probably never own one.
Yeah.
Unless I ended up in Alaska, and then I'd have a shotgun just because grizzlies are scary. But yeah, because it's too easy for me to, if I had that around. Yeah.
I give no support to me, but they said, what would you do for we men? Yeah. Yeah.
Which reminds me, Stasia, if you can send me the make and the model, I can find out more info for you. That was part of what I was asked for, and I was going to send the note to you earlier. And then I was crying I went to noon was chosen family, and it is my chosen family, so it's not as bad as if it was my biological family.
Yeah.
But I have felt sad a lot. Well, most of the day. I mean, I took all my meds. I did the stuff that I should do. I showered. I did all of the things you're supposed to do to be, taking care of myself. Cuddled with DJ for a while.
Is that the name of your cat?
Yeah, she came with the name DJ, and so I haven't made her change.
Yeah.
It's the name she was given. And cuddled with her, and she's a sweetheart. And to make the morning even better, so I think, I don't know if they can sense it even before I was awake, because this morning she woke me up at 7, which was sleeping in for her. She let me sleep in till 7. And then she laid next to my head and purred.
Aww.
And so it was a really nice way to wake up.
Yeah.
And I made it through the morning, but by 10 o'clock, I was kind of a crying puddle, and I was late to chosen family, and then I'm crying at chosen family, and some of it is just overwhelm, and it's some of it is just some of it's the long COVID is just wearing, and some of it is I'm tired of hurting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that the Dr. Rami that we talked about, they did the thing on scapegoats, and I'd watched it yesterday, but I'm just like, that is my entire childhood.
Yeah.
The whole,
Yeah.
and someone explains exactly why I'm the one in my family that's traumatized. I'm the one that had all of these things, the depression, the anxiety, when what appears to be the rest of my family doesn't, biological family doesn't have this. And then, of course, I go to chosen family, and they're wonderful.
Yeah.
But they also, there's a little bit more privilege. There's money. There's things there that, I can't do.
That is so true, Nadine. Facebook makes me feel lonely and left out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
not good enough and not the right this or the right that or the
Mhm.
right the other, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel very alone today, but it's, like 3 o'clock and I texted you, Carol, letting you know
Oh,
it's okay if you didn't see it. I'm there and I'm like, you know what? I need a meeting today. And, but I won't probably get there till 4 because I was still at family's.
yeah.
Or at least I thought I texted you.
You probably did. I did get my neighbor's text asking if my Pyrenees had gotten out.
Oh, did
She
they?
had it's somebody else's Pyrenees because I called my wandering one, and she just kind of, why did you wake me up?
Oh,
So it wasn't mine, thank goodness, because
yes.
that neighbor lives way on down the road.
Oh,
It wasn't mine.
I hope they find out who it was.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But
So let's see. I watched Kitten Academy a lot. It's early days and it's very involved in their Discord chat server. Biggest hugs, Rebecca
thank you.
from Stasia. Stasia wants some screen time of your son. Yeah.
I actually kind of
You're
wish
not feeling it. I
everybody
understand.
would
Huh?
join so I could see their faces. I just want to see all the people's faces, but
I
that's
do
me being
too.
selfish.
I
That
do
I
too.
know that
I get it. I get why
I
nobody. Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna put the link so Christy can come in.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I'm really glad.
I knew I needed this though. So at
Yeah,
3 o'clock, the chosen family is still together. I left early and
okay.
I was fading. I'm fatigued because I didn't get a nap today. Um, and I left and I'm thankful because I knew I could come here. So I fed the cat. I got home. I changed into kind of jammies, lounge clothes, and it's this bright, cheerful color. I'm like, okay, I need that bright, that cheerful color, and fed the cat. Like, okay, now I'm done. I'm done with all the responsibilities. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I should have Luke come say hi.
Excuse me.
He's here. He's here. He's totally here.
What does your shirt say? Warm.
Warm fuzzies. Steve
Aw,
Steve got me this for Christmas.
that's awesome.
I had a shirt with Christmas trees on it that I was gonna wear today. I'd been saving it up to wear today, but
Mhm.
this thing's so cozy. I can't take it off.
It's
People
so warm
got it.
today. It's
I mean,
in the
I love that it's got the cheesy warm fuzzy saying on it, you know? Just the right amount of camp.
awesome. And I love pink. So
Right
it's
on.
not necessarily my favorite color. Blue's my favorite, but yeah. Bright pink today also. Anik.
Oh, wow. Yes, because Facebook and Insta, all social focuses only on what is seen or shown. Yeah. And I just, I use Instagram to post to Facebook most of the time. And I use my Instagram as kind of like my keeping straight when this doe gave birth to these kids, and you know, it's like a picture record of everything. And so I use it a lot for that. And it just so happens to show off all my cute little critters and all that stuff. So kind of a bonus there. Hello,
One
one cats. Shell, good to see you. But yeah, I was seriously thinking about that this morning, and I don't know why. And I was writing in my journal because something was just feeling off, and I don't know what, and I don't know why. And then I got, once the day got going, I got kind of caught up in cooking and all that stuff, which, is probably good, but I don't know. I debated whether or not I was going to talk about, 2016 Christmas. We had agreed to meet my brother. That's before he did what he did to me. This was 2016. He did that in 2018. And we kept him waiting for a good half hour, maybe even more. And we didn't show up, and he was there, and he was mad because he wasn't going to get time with Debbie's kids, his wife at the time. She's still my sister. I don't care what anybody says. I've adopted her, and she's adopted me. And he started to like tear into me, and he could see that I had been crying, and so he thought better of it. So there was a little bit of humanity that could be there at times, not enough to keep him from just breaking mom's heart and crushing my world, and I cried all the way through. We were at the Waffle House. I cried at the Waffle House all the way through dinner that day. And yeah, I am missing some chats. Where are we?
Yeah, I'm not paying attention to chats either.
Is it for my daily free credits in my art site? One of my favorite humans. Okay, what am I missing out on? What am I missing? I'll do that.
CK
40
asks,
yeah.
I'm feeling better. I'm glad I'm here. So I feel just less alone. And on the list of the things that my therapist recommends so I don't kind of spiral down, one of the big one is distraction. And so I'm going to watch Christmas movies because I realize I haven't done any of that. And one of the things I got for Christmas is this bar of soap.
Ooh.
And I love this Amaryllis bergamot. It's just citrus. And so it's right now. And one of the other things that and actually let me grab my journal because I wrote it down, the 4 things, but I forget them when I haven't done them in a while. But one of them was to do what comes next. So I just need to do what I have to do to get through today. Remember, this is temporary. And some of it is using the senses, like the 5 senses. So maybe foods I like, aromatherapy, that kind of stuff. And this is the aromatherapy because the scent makes me feel better.
Wow.
Good.
I'm
like, I'm going to put it right here next to the couch. And I'm just going to sniff on it because it makes me feel better. I like the scent of it. I've had for a long time.
I love this. Santa gave me hot pink sandals, the Barbie in me. I love that. I love that. I'm wearing Poos. Does that count? I don't know if that, or Poochie.
Isn't it a kind of a green? I don't know. But you're still welcome. We still love it. If it's not quite considered pink. I don't know. We're glad you're here, Mischief.
Yeah, CK's. We already answered CK's. How do you feel now, right?
Yeah, I'm doing better. I'm not as feeling like bawling. I mean, I cried so much I needed ibuprofen. I got a headache. I gave myself a headache.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay. And I'm home now, and DJ will probably come hang out with me, and that'll be good. And I'm going to try to go to bed early, even if I have to take some melatonin to try to get myself to go to sleep. So I'm tired enough. Because for some reason, even when I'm in those bad places, I know that tomorrow's a new day. Most of the time I can remind myself tomorrow's a new day. I just have to make it through today. I just got a couple more hours. And so my goal is just to make it through today. Tomorrow will be a new day. I mean, and I took my meds. I'm not sure why I feel so low today.
Do you talk to your biological family on Christmas? Oh,
No.
they don't celebrate, do they?
They don't celebrate.
Okay.
Nope. They don't. In reality, because of what they believe, they wouldn't want me to call them today.
Okay.
So, and I don't. So it's just, and I don't think what feels weird is I don't think they'd understand. And I think the other part that video on scapegoats and kind of what the scapegoat goes through and what they kind of how that affects them long term, kind of the realization that my mom's a narcissist. Maybe not what you would kind of consider, but I was put through this by two parents who thought they knew better and thought they were right, and no one could tell them anything. And I don't know why I'm struggling with that. And I'm a little disappointed because I am not talking to my therapist this week. I see her. I don't get to chat with her till next Monday. I mean, it'll be okay. If I got desperate, I can text her and she will figure out a way she will fit it in.
Okay.
I try not to take advantage of that if I don't fit.
Yeah.
So my hope is that, and the other thing is, I think this is the most time off I've had in a long time. This is the most time. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I'm realizing I have time to think and to journal and all of this that I don't usually have the time to do. Normally the weekend is I'll try to meal prep and do chores, and maybe I get a little downtime on Sunday. And then it's back to a whole nother week.
Mm-hmm.
That I've had now, this is my 4th day off in a row,
Mm-hmm.
which has not happened. I mean, we had it Thanksgiving,
Okay.
but by this point, I knew I was working tomorrow. At this point today, I know I'm not working. I get a whole nother week off.
That's awesome.
And so there's a certain portion of, yes, I had stuff I was planning on doing.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about stuff in a way that I guess I hadn't. And of course, it's the end of the year. And as much as I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, it's like I want to make 2024 a better year than it was. 2023 was. And I got to do the stuff to take my ex-landlady to small claims. And it just kind of feels like a lot of things I think that I'm stressing about.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot.
Has there been any move toward the small claims court on that?
I haven't done anything. So the goal tomorrow is that I will do that. So the goal for tomorrow is I need to, and maybe what I'll do is I'll just Google on YouTube and see if there's somebody who talks about how you do it in Minnesota. I know there's a link I know there's a book on it. I just have not done it. I haven't read any of it. And so it's
I don't feel like it's that complicated. I don't even think you can have an attorney.
You can't. I did do enough because when I got the 7-page letter, I got that like the 22nd of September, and I had a month to reply. I had to reply by the 19th. So before the 19th, I had called an attorney. I reached out to, it wasn't legal aid, but I reached out to one of the Minnesota housing groups.
Okay.
And I'm not sure, Be My Body Double. I'm not sure what that is. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just tired and my brain's not comprehending. Yeah, so I did do some checking, so I know. And then again, my therapist is reminding me she knows somebody who was taken to small claims, and they trapped people that were there. They opposite side, somebody owned the place, and it was trashed, and the person still had to be part of the deposit. So the chances of my winning are huge.
Okay.
But it's a lot of work, and I'm taking a narcissist to court.
Yeah.
I know. I don't.
Hopefully, you'll get Judge Judy, who can see right through everything.
I hope so. And I've got.
You could do that too. You could go on one of those shows. You can forego your local court and go on one of those.
I think Judge Judy will annihilate her. I kind of expect that she will freak out, but I don't know. Hello, Christy.
Hi.
Yeah.
I didn't want to interrupt. Keep going.
I was just going to say, I got pictures of what it was like before 4 of my friends went in and did some more, equivalent of 8 hours more cleaning. So it was 2 hours for 4 people. And I've got 4 people that I can call in as witnesses. Okay. So I feel like I've got support. I've got her letter that sounds like a crazy person. I mean, she said 86 hours. I think it was 86 or 87 hours of cleaning.
Has she sent you any text messages or left any voicemails or anything like that?
She didn't. I've probably got text messages, but I haven't copied any of it. She freaked out, she freaked out over text. I blocked her initially and then was recommended to not block her so that I would see what she might have come through.
Have you still got the message?
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
And if you do, you can just take screenshots for court.
That's true. And then I could just print it all out and I'm like, here's the pictures. Because I've got pictures of what it was like right before I locked the doors and left. They're not gonna, from what I know, they can't, nothing was damaged. Minnesota law says unless it's serious damage, they can't do it. And I was there 11 years.
Yeah.
There's a great deal that, they didn't paint before I moved in. There's a lot of things she won't be able to do because I was there 11 years. She can't say you cost me to paint. You cost me to do whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go check and see. I have intentionally not looked.
Yeah, I get that. But
yeah,
now that you're gearing up for court, you can look at it with business eyes.
Yeah.
Well, and if today was a rough day, maybe you don't have to look today.
That's true. I'm just like,
oh
yeah, I got them.
Go down a rabbit hole. If today was a rough day for you, they'll still be there tomorrow. I'm not trying to be dismissive, but don't bring that back up.
I didn't read anything, but I did. Yes, I have texts.
Yeah.
So I don't have recording of her screaming at me out on the street. Mm-hmm. But one of my witnesses said she'd take time off, and she was one of the people that went in and came back in to clean and to do all the stuff that she had complained about. Because I didn't do most of the cleaning. I didn't do most of the moving. I didn't do most of it because I couldn't do it myself. Go ahead.
Can we interrupt you for a minute?
Yeah.
Miss Jeff! Oh my God! Oh my God! That is amazing! I am so happy for you. I want to cry for you.
Yes. Oh.
That's amazing. Oh.
And he hugged your
friend. That's okay. A hug is amazing. I'm so happy for you. Yeah. I'm so happy. And if you see my tree moving, it's Shitty Kitty. She has decided to plunk herself in there.
Of an ornament.
Yes. When I seen that, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. This was just.
Don't.
That is so
more
good.
important.
My heart is so happy. Yeah. I think I'm gonna cry for you. Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so glad.
I'm so happy for you. That's really good.
Yes, I know that was a very big deal for you. So I'm glad it happened. That's amazing. So yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Where were you 11 days? I'm confused by that question. CK. Oh, years. My last apartment. If it was a fourplex, I knew the landlady because one of my chosen family lived right next door, and that's how I found out about the apartment. So it literally was on the market 1 hour. Yeah.
And that's okay.
And then I
must have been meant to be.
I took it. I agreed to take it with pictures, and before I'd even toured it, because we'd seen the pictures and my chosen family knew them. And yeah, and I want to watch it, but I'm gonna have to do it later. I want to kind of watch the stuff on what kind of a narcissist she was, because she didn't behave the way that she did right before I left. Most of the time I was there, she didn't behave that way. But as soon as I gave notice and as soon as I stopped doing and behaving in the way that was expected,
Yeah.
as soon as I ignored her more and didn't respond, that's when it started.
Ooh.
As soon as I put up the boundary.
Now, I would say when you go into, because you're talking about going to court, right, with your ex-landlord, I wouldn't call her a narcissist in court. I'm sure you're not going to, but don't do that because it technically is a medical diagnosis.
Right.
And, you know, and the other thing too is a lot of people who, you know, a lot of judges see a lot of that, and they're going to be able to see it. You know, they're pretty good at shifting through the stuff. So when you do go to court, just go hold on, it felt like my dad was back in
What happened?
Oh, she says, Mischief said, it felt like my dad was back in that hug. My dad gave the best hugs. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so happy for you, Mischief. That's a beautiful gift.
Yeah.
It is.
I would just say as you're preparing into court, or you know, preparing to go to court, just check your emotions at the door. You know, have everything printed out, you know, they're ready.
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts.
Yeah. Answer the questions. If they ask you what color is the sky is blue. It's not blue with clouds and orange and pink, it's blue. Don't argue with the judge. I mean, I know you're not going to. If you have an attorney, you're not going to be saying anything anyway.
We can't in small claims, so it'll just be me. But I will be bringing 2 of my chosen family and 2 other people that I know that will be potentially witnesses. And so if, like, here's the information, here's the pictures, here's the text, here's my witnesses that show what we did, that's my case.
Yeah.
And the questions to try to answer: who, what, when, where, why, and how. If you can have answers to all 6 of those questions, that's what they're going to want to know.
Yeah.
Let her step in her own pile because she's going to do that. And
especially
don't argue with her.
She went in, you know.
Yeah. And the judges are going to know, because especially in small claims, you know, you've got people that, you know, think that they have a case that don't, which is not you, but people that feel that they're owed that they're not, you know. So it's really a you know, just go in with the facts. Don't get emotional. You know, get well rested before your court date. Do you already have the court date?
No, I have to do the paperwork. And the thing that the big thing, and the only thing I would potentially ask, and maybe the paperwork and reading it will do, is I want to do a cease and desist. I want to make sure that because in her letter, she's threatened to come after me for not just the $2,700 she tried to extort in that letter, but way more. And the cease and desist, I want to make sure that is not going to happen. That's
cease and desist for you or for her?
For me. Yeah, I don't want her to ever be able to come back based on that. And maybe she can't, but it actually
once you get a judgment, no. I mean, you can't. I mean, no. And I would be careful about using the word extortion, because there's a legal definition for that.
Yes.
So, you know, just be mindful of that. Like, we can call it that, but just be mindful when you're using that, because then you have something that you have to prove. If you just go in and say, she tried to get this money from me, and then the judge is like, oh, this is extortion, the judge is going to ask you questions to prove that. If you say she tried to extort this from me, then you have to prove it. And that's a whole different thing.
in
And
her letter, and I'll give them that.
Yes, yeah. Just say, I have a letter. She was trying to get money out of me. Here's the letter. And then let the judge go from there.
Paper copies that can be handed up to the judge.
Yeah, like, there'll be this pile of papers of pictures and text and a copy of the letter she sent. I'm like, here's all
Make
the
sure
things.
any money that you gave her, like, not like all of your rent receipts over 11 years, but from the time that you said gave notice or whatever, have receipts for that, because they might ask proof that you paid rent. If you had a copy of your lease, get a copy of your lease.
That's a good point.
You need a copy of your lease. I don't know if you're still with the same. I mean, I don't know if there's any way that you could get a copy of your, like. Well, I don't know that you would need that, but make sure you have a copy of a lease. Make sure anything from the time that you gave her your notice, because anything prior to that doesn't really count, but anything from the date of your notice after. So any rent receipts, that you continued to pay rent. Was it on time? Receipts for anything that you did to fix it. Did your friends, I mean, I know they volunteered, but, see if there's some sort of, like, they're just friends, right? And they volunteered to help you. So, I mean, I don't know that you could really
help me. 2 of them were with me when I did the cleaning, what we did before. And then she came back, and there's some of the texts she complained it was not clean enough. And then she came after me and screamed and a whole bunch of other things. And so what I had done is I ended up calling in, and I left. My notice was as noon on the 31st. I left the keys for her on the 30th. She said I could come back and clean more. I had 4 friends come over. I did not go in at that point. They came over and did 2 hours more work with 4 people. Did everything that she had requested. She threatened them that she was going to call the cops if they took any pictures. They weren't allowed. She said, don't record me, even though Minnesota they could. So they didn't do anything to anger her. And then they just, so that's why there would be, so one of the potential witnesses would be the person who did my kitchen. And one of the things in her thing was that there were moths in the cupboard. He cleaned in all the cupboards. He did all the things. The two of them are the people who came with me and were there and did most of the cleaning when I was there. And then the 4th person is one of the party of 4 that was a family that came in and did the cleaning and heard all of the stuff when I left. So after I left, because I did not go in. I was a bawling pile of goo in the car at that point. That's when I just kind of I spiraled. I just couldn't. So they went in and I didn't. And so that's why those are the 4 people. So they all would be proof that what was cleaned, what wasn't done or was done.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering if they were like if they were with a business or had a business and they could write you an invoice, but since not, I wouldn't worry about it. And just remember, be short and direct with your answers. Don't over explain. Just if it's yes, no, it's not yes, but it's yes. Let the judge, because they're real good at spotting people like that. Real good. So, go back through, watch a few Judge Judy, see what she asks for. Like, get on YouTube and be like, Judge Judy suing the landlord, and see like what is she asking for? Is she asking for the lease? Is she asking for all of this stuff? Write down what she asks for.
That's a good point.
7th, I ended up giving a stranger a hug. He, she, not certain of his pronouns, after a very long embrace. Minutes long, I was told it was the first hug from a man in 15 years.
My goodness. Wow. It was so good.
That's powerful. Sometimes I just want to stand on a corner. Have you seen those ones where people like cover their eyes and they just stand there with like a sign, and it's like, or like a, not on them, but like a sign, and it says, if you need a hug, come take a hug, and just random people just come up and hug you. Have you seen those like on YouTube or TikTok?
Yep.
sometimes I just want to do that. But you know, my luck, I would hug the one person that would pick me up, chuck me in the back of the van, and drive. I probably shouldn't do it alone. You know, but that's amazing. And so what I wanted to do for everybody on here, and let me go back. If you're here listening right now, say hi to me, because I have a little thing that I want to do for each and every one of you that's here. So make sure to say hi. And seventh, since I know that you're here, what I want to do for Christmas for each one of you is give you a little bit of encouragement or something from my heart to make you feel better on Christmas Day, because I would love to buy all of you presents and ship them out, but I suck at mailing stuff, and you'd get it in July. You would open it up and be like, I have no idea what this is. So let's see. Seventh is the defender of all people who have something to say, and just an amazing, amazing man. Seventh, I am so proud of your sobriety journey and everything that you have gone through. And I love that you just keep getting up and coming back, and that you're here every day. I love seeing you. I love seeing you on the boat. I love seeing you here. You bring so much to this world, and I am so, so glad that you are here. Awakened, Misha, I don't even know where to start. You have the most amazing mother voice. I wish my mom sounded like you. I really do. You are, for everything you have been through, you have such a kind heart, and you have such an amazing spirit of giving and giving back and encouragement, and the things that you come on and say to encourage people when I know that you are struggling is just some of the most beautiful things in the world, because knowing what you are going through and what you went through to come on and encourage people, I love that about you. I love your heart. Ben the Dust Farter, you just make me laugh, dude. You are so amazing, and I love your mind, and I love how you ask questions, and I love your thought process behind things. I can tell you're very analytical, and as someone who's analytical, I appreciate that. And I know on the boat before you've asked me who my favorite bands were, and I love that. And it's so good to see you on both places. And I don't know a lot about your story, but I'm looking forward to learning what you're willing to share with us. Let's see. Nadine, you're new to the group, but I am so glad you're here, and I look forward to getting to know you and your journey better and to watch you grow. I love that you're showing up for yourself and showing up for everybody else, and that you've taken the time to be here, and that just says a lot about your character. Anik, you are everywhere. Man, you are on the boat, you are here, you are like wrenches everywhere. It's like you have wrench will travel. You're amazing. I love it. I love your insight. I love that you just show up and encourage and support people so much, and it is such a beautiful thing. Oh well. I'm sorry. Get the Kleenexes. Let's see who else is still here.
What brings back Stasia?
What's that? Oh, Stasia. Okay, Stasia. You have CK. Okay, you have grown in ways. I'm gonna be honest. Carol and Steve both messaged me that night. They're because I had already hopped off. And I had something come up. I don't remember what it was, but they're like, we need you back on. And I hopped back on, and I'm so glad that you showed up, and I'm so glad that you've stayed. The way you have grown, the strength and confidence that you have now, as opposed to what you did that night, showing up on the boat, showing up here, being encouraging, being positive. I'm really excited to see where you go. And it's so amazing to have watched where you've been. CK, if you're still here, I love that you're here. I love seeing you here and on the boat. There's a lot of people that are the crossovers. Your willingness to be open about your situation, and I know your situation is difficult sometimes, is really amazing. And someone who is in that situation myself, I appreciate that you're taking the time here. And I know that that can be a hard thing to do for yourself. And I just want you to know that every night, I don't pray in the traditional way that most people do, but when I do pray, I do pray for you. And I pray that you find wisdom and guidance and strength and comfort, and you hear the things you need to hear to do the things that you need to do, because only you know in your heart what those things are. I don't, but I do pray for you every day, to just give you strength to get through through that. I want to make sure. Okay, Mischief.
Oh, Steve, I'm sorry. That sucks.
Mischief, I would love to have you be my mom. I'll just have a bunch of moms. I love that. And Mischief, I haven't done you. She didn't give me a hug when I asked for mom hugs. Hold on. Here, I'll give you mom hug. Oh, there you go. There's a mom hug, Steve. A mom hug.
I sent you a friend hug.
There's my tree shaking in the background. Mischief, how amazing. Just your sobriety story alone was so touching and so heartwarming. And I love when you come on camera, and I loved your little headband that you had. That was adorable. And the fact that you just are to go through what you went through is just amazing. And to be here and to be encouraging by handing out AA books to people that you come across, and to support and encourage people, and to have all of that is just, you are so strong. Anybody who has any kind of sobriety is so strong to me, because that means that you have fought it for yourself. And I think I'm learning that's what sobriety comes down to, is fighting it for yourself. And I'm so proud of you. And to those that are just starting or not even there yet, we're here to help you fight too. But what you have done and what you have come through is just so beautiful. And how gorgeous of a gift is it that you get to hug your son? That just touches my heart, and I'm so proud of you, and I am so happy for you. I really, really am. CK, you are welcome. Let's see. I'll get to Carol and Rebecca in a minute here. Is there anyone else? I thought I seen
Debbie's here.
Debbie's here.
Debbie's here. Debbie, I am so glad that you are here. And I think you are pretty new onto the channel. So I am just so thankful that you are here with us on Christmas, because it is just me and my obnoxious fur babies and my shitty kitty who has decided to make her home in the tree. And honestly, today I was not feeling so great. I actually had to take a nap, and I'm so glad that you are here, because I can't think of anyone better to spend Christmas with.
And we love
you,
Lifeboat. Yes. Lifeboat.
Yes. And so Debbie, I am so glad that you are here, and I hope you continue to be here and let us get to know you and your story and show up for you. Carol, I don't know that I'm going to get through this one without crying. You have become one of my best friends that I did not know I needed in my life. And I am so thankful for you. I am so thankful for every time I call you and I'm like, you're not going to believe what happened. You guys, there are so many times I have called Carol and said, look, I need a meeting, but I cannot have a meeting on the internet. And it's usually not because I don't want to share it with you. It's because it's just things that I cannot share. And you have been amazing and inspirational. And what you have created here is so amazing and so needed. And I
know I need it.
cannot, oh, I cannot imagine my life without you in it. And I am so thankful. And Rebecca, I am so glad that you're here. You bring a soft, beautiful energy to the chaos, and I think it's wonderful. And I love that you stepped out of your shell and you showed your face and you're sharing your story. And you know, you and I have different stories from most people here, but it doesn't mean that we can't be inspirational. And it doesn't mean that what you bring is not helpful and beautiful and needed. And I'm so, so thankful that you're here. And, you know, I am thankful that we're in your little chosen group of friends. And hopefully one day it will become a chosen family. Oh, how cute! That's adorable. And I'm just so thankful that you are here. And I think did I get everybody? Because that was the
I am the noise opera.
Yes.
Oh, noise. I don't need to say anything other than that. You are amazing. I love you so much. And again, I love that you came over from the boat. I love everything that you give. You have such amazing insight, such wisdom. You know, every time I see you, I know something amazing is about to happen. And I'm just so, so thankful for you because you have enriched my life. So.
And Ben the Dust Farter says, Christy Colwell, I love how knowledgeable you are about so much therapy stuff. Not loving you is like not loving sunshine or puppies. Thank you for your smiling face.
Yeah, I'm going to say that to my husband. I'm going to be like, I am so loved. They said, if you don't love me, you don't love puppies. No, I won't twist your words around like that.
Yes. And I appreciate both of you and everyone in the chat and all the support and knowing I have a safe place to come. And no matter what kind of a day I'm having, some days I feel like I've got enough and I want to share and make sure everybody else has that. And then there are days like today. So I'm thankful I can be here. Thank you.
Okay.
What's
This morning, first thing, my middle doctor texted Merry Christmas. It's a step. It may be because my two other daughters threaten her. I won't.
You know, how beautiful.
Yeah.
How beautiful is that? You got a Merry Christmas text from your middle daughter, and I think that aren't those gifts greater than anything someone could buy you? Like, I hope you screenshot that, print it out, put it in your journal, write it down, frame it, stick it on the wall. That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. I am so glad. I am so glad to hear that. All of these kids reaching out. This is amazing. Hold on.
So good.
Oh, okay. This is something that can come back. Okay, hold on here. All right. Let's see if I can. I want to try to show you this. I don't know if I can. Hold on. Oh. Can you see her?
Yes.
Kitty.
Kitty. Little girl. She's like, I am not going out there with those crazy dogs. She's in here hiding. She's
CK
like,
wants
nope.
to know what you did today, Christy.
I woke up sick, so I slept, and then I managed to pull myself together enough to go into town to Walgreens because nothing here in the tiny little town that I live in was open. And I spent like $60 on herbal remedies for flu. I was around 3 people. One person is just getting over the vid, one person is getting over the flu, and one person's getting over a cold. So as long as those 3 things don't get together in my body and have a party, we're good. But yeah, I woke up with something. So Michael went to go see some of his cousins and his uncle that he hasn't seen in years. I got a funny story about the first time I met them. But he's in El Paso, Texas, and they're in Corpus Christi, Texas. So it's like an 8-hour drive. So he left yesterday and drove down to go see them. And he surprised his uncle, and they got to eat a bunch of food. He got to see his cousins. He got to go to the ocean. I mean, he's been to the ocean, but never in Corpus. So yeah, but that's it. Mostly just waking up, sleeping. That's kind of what I've been doing here. And I'm going to turn my camera off for just a second. But I'll be right back.
And no, that's not a peeping Tom. That's my husband. This room was built off of the kitchen. It used to be just an open patio, and they enclosed it, and that's where I am.
It's nice. Yeah, that's how this was. This used to be the back deck, and then they enclosed it and made a little room, which is why if you look out, like here I'll show you. Here's a view into my how do I turn it around? Will it let me? Well, it's going to show you guys. Maybe it won't. There's a view into my house. So I actually have like literal sliding glass doors.
Awesome.
But it's nice. It gives it, like, when it's shut and the Christmas tree is on, it kind of looks like you're looking through a Christmas window. But herbal remedies at Walgreens. Wow, I never knew. I don't have one near me. Last time I had one. Yeah, I mean, when I say it's not true, or well, it is. I mean, it's the like store version of elderberry and echinacea and ricola and that kind of thing. I have to wait until my actual bulk store opens to go get some dead purple nettle tea and some of that stuff. But yeah, I don't do like NyQuil, DayQuil kind of stuff. Let's see. And what did I miss another comment? Because I seen you laughing. Did I?
The story that Ben was making up was so much more interesting than just a peeping Tom, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So that was my day. So nothing exciting. But you know what? I'll take it, because the last week and a half I've had, y'all can keep exciting. I'll share it with you if you want some exciting. Oh no. My first sister.
My first child dog, she named Little Poop. The dog ran away from home first chance it got. Oh,
that's sad.
It was just sad.
Well, maybe it was just making room for a better dog to show up. Maybe there'll be one that will stick around and be very happy.
Speaking of little dogs, those puppies, they all got out, but they all were on the front porch, so that was something, at least.
That's good. That's good.
I knew it was a matter of time. There's all kinds of places that the fence is bent where the goats have been rubbing up against it and making it curve. And there's all kinds of they could get out if they wanted.
I'm so glad they just went to the front porch.
True.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. That's, at least they just went to the front porch. That's good. That's good. Oh, yes. Tell Steve thank you for sharing you sharing you with us. I can talk. Oh man. And what I'm worried about this cold most of all is when my colds get to a certain point, I have bronchitis really bad. I have really bad earaches and I have really bad bronchitis, and even colds like this that shouldn't turn into it do. So it just kind of gets worse. So I'm hoping that maybe I could head this off at the pass. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to, but I'm just hoping. So I just laid down. It was real sweet. My mom's like, I wish I could be there to take care of you. And I'm like, I'm just eating elderberry stuff and drinking. It's not exciting.
I heard a bark and a crash. I will be right back.
Okay. Those are never good combinations. The puppies wanted to know if Steve could come out and play. Yeah.
I
Ben
used to
Aries.
get bronchitis regularly too, and it was make sure you drink lots of tea. So I drink like it felt like gallons of herbal tea, not really, but pot after pot of herbal tea, and sleep. Making sure I got lots of sleep and some vitamin C and stuff too. But
I've had this like since I was like 7. And so and I'm 47. So this is like 40 years of this. I've been dealing with it. And they kept telling me, you'll grow out of it. You'll grow out of it. The earaches aren't quite as bad as they used to be, but the bronchitis is just as bad as it ever was. Like it has never slowed down. It has never stopped. And I get migraines, and then I've got really bad cysts and tumors going on. So I'm going to kind of have a lot. So like if I really get sick and get down, like, I mean, it's just like, ugh. But yeah, I've tried everything. I've tried the stuff the doctors gave. I've tried all of that. And I found for me, I don't like to take pain medicine. I really don't take any. The only thing I really take is BC powder, which is like this powdery caffeine and acetaminophen, and you just it's awful. You just put it in your mouth and chuck it down with water, but it works for my migraines. And that's really the only thing I take other than my herbal supplements. I don't really take stuff, so I'm pretty good at toughing through it. So if I'm ever like I cannot get out of bed, it is legit. And I don't ever take like NyQuil or anything like that. Like I just don't put that into my body. So if I ever tell you like I'm taking NyQuil and going to bed, like you probably need to check on me the next day.
yeah,
just be like,
take NyQuil or Dayquil or any of those, just because I don't like how I feel with them.
Yeah, I tend to go the all natural route. Let's see. I have to run for the evening. Plant Freak, Merry Christmas. Hug wee man for us. Ben, mine are caused by me scratching my ears because of this stupid hearing aid. They aren't stupid. I just hate meeting them. I understand that. You can call them stupid. It's okay. We'll let you call them the S word. Got to keep our little Epsom salt bath and peppermint oil. I do that a lot. I have a mixture that I mix up. Peppermint oil. I do eucalyptus oil, and I will do like lavender and chamomile, and I'll put them in, or I'll buy like spearmint or the eucalyptus, like the dried leaves, and just drop them into my water, and and I tend to take more showers so that it kind of helps clear out my lungs. But what I found works really good for me is dead purple nettle. It gets that stuff out of my lungs, or just purple nettle. I pick my dead purple nettle out of my yard in the springtime, and then I dry it. When I run out, I just go to the bulk food store and get purple nettle. And it works really good. You just make it into a tea. It kind of tastes like you're drinking dirt, but add some honey to it, and you're good.
So does that help you cough stuff up then?
Yeah, it's an expectorant. I mean, you're just doing all of that nasty stuff.
So how do you spell this? Because I actually take an inhaler with the asthma to do the exact same thing because the issue.
Right.
So
yeah,
so
it's DEAD, dead.
Okay.
And then new word purple, PURPLE.
Okay.
And then nettle. N is in Nancy, E. T is in Tom, LE. Or drop the dead, and just if you can find purple nettle or nettle, any of that stuff will work. I use dead purple nettle. It grows around a lot out here. But you can find it if you have a bulk food store, like a Whole Food store, like a Whole Foods or organic type thing, go there. If you don't, you can just get the teas. I just like to use the fresh, because I just find it just works better. I did see something here. I wanted to adjust. Oh, Misha, by the way, I'm working on a few ideas merchandise wise. Hobbit Rage, Hobbit Love, Hobbit Knowledge, Christy Must. I love it. And actually, I will share this. There is a local shop here in Somerset that I bought my Christmas dress from, that purple sweatery dress that I posted a picture of. They actually do custom t-shirts. So if you design something and you send the file to me as a PDF, we can pick out the shirt and they will make the shirts for us. And I told him what I wanted was like baseball tees, because I'm not like a t-shirt person, but I like the baseball tees. So if you come up with that, definitely send it to me. And if I have your permission, I will make some shirts so you can see what they look like. And then they said they can do runs of like 50 to 100. Because I told them, I said, I'd rather buy from them than support a big company. And I have a couple of their shirts that they've done and they do a great job. But I love all of those. That's amazing. It's purple nettle, Nettle, and it's a herb, or herb, however you say it. It's in the mint family. So it looks like a piece of mint, and then it's kind of got this purple top that's got little bells on it. And what it is it's something that you can take to clear out your lungs. How I learned about it was my aunt, who is a chronic smoker. This is an aunt by marriage. She drinks a couple of cups of this every day, and her lungs are really clear because it just coughs all of the stuff up out of her lungs. She's the one who taught me about it. And I had really bronchitis when I went up to visit her in Ohio. And she gave me some of that, and I drank it 3 times a day with honey, and I felt a million times better. And once I knew what it looked like, I seen that I had it growing in my yard. Make sure, if you know, before you go harvesting your own herbs, make sure what you're looking at is really what it is, because some things can look like other things and they can be poisonous, especially if you're in the South. So be really careful about that. But yeah, that's really good stuff. Let's see, because I buy an expectorant. To me, it just works. I always, if there's a natural way for me to do something, I'm going to try that first. Like my last result is to go to the doctor. And my doctor hates that. He's like, Christy, you're almost 50. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not almost 80, so I'm still good. He's like, you have to come see me. And my doctor actually is a good friend that lives down the road. And I'm like, you see me all the time. If I ever start looking like I need to come see you, come grab me. He's like, that's not how this works. I'm like, it's how it works for me. He didn't like that. I thought I was funny.
What does NAC do? Ben asks.
NAC?
Yeah.
What? I don't know. What was I talking about when I said NAC?
I don't know.
Tell me what NAC is. Because if I said it, I then forgot what it is. The ground tear is poison. Oh yeah, then don't harvest anything. Got to go. A few prayers here for what's happening outside. Misha, Merry Christmas. And I'm going to be sending you lots of love tomorrow. I'm here if you need anything. So Nadine, the best way to do dead purple nettle, if you've got an organic herb shop close to you, you can just go in. They usually have dried purple nettle or dead purple nettle. Get some of that and put it in one of the, like an organic tea bag, or if you have a tea thing that you just drop in. That's the best way. Add some honey to it, because it is going to taste really earthy, which is a nice way of saying it kind of tastes a little like dirt, but it does work. So add some honey to it. If you can't find it that way, I have seen it. I think maybe it's the yogi teas that have purple nettle tea. Get it there. But I always try to go with like the herbed stuff.
Well, I didn't. All the dogs were fine, so.
Good.
And the chickens with Luke, my son.
all right.
I like dirt, Nadine says.
It's really good. The first time, I think everything's an acquired taste. When I first started drinking mushroom coffee, the first few times I drank it, I was like, now it's really hard for me to drink anything else. I can't drink Starbucks. There's one little coffee shop next to me that I drink, but it's just what you get used to.
Yeah, I noticed that right away, Anik.
What did she say here? There's a lag. I can see it pop up on my phone before I see it pop up on my computer. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Nom. Yeah. Let me make sure the chicken's okay and he's okay with the chicken. Y'all good? Oh, I was just coming to get him. Yeah, I like to feed him a little bit before.
I gotta holler at my dogs here. Hold on just a minute.
Okay. Just thinking I will need to buy the dead purple nettle because I guess I don't know if it grows up here in Minnesota, but I don't have land and I would prefer to not have something. So I would want to buy the organic.
Right. And where I'm at, I think it's like, I don't know, $1 an ounce or something. Cause you buy it in you buy it that way. Or if they've got some teas, but like I said, I'm just more, I have a whole collection of all kinds of herbs that you would not believe. And some of them are really stinky.
Sure. I was confused for a moment. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I apologize. I just pop in here and start popping off.
No, don't apologize. We're all good. Okay. We were talking about dead purple nettle as expectorant.
Okay.
Some of I have an inhaler that I take that's some medication that does that. And frankly, I do not enjoy taking drugs. If there's another way to do it, I'd like that.
Yeah.
And there is. My lungs don't work properly, so I would need to take it every day for potentially the rest of my life. But
and if you add a little honey to it, and I get the flavored honey, so I do pomegranate honey or whatever, and it makes it taste better. Make sure, as with anything, but even herbs, can interact with medication. So please, before you do any of this, make sure that it's safe to take with the medications that you have. Because even herbs can counteract. So please check if you're
and I got honey for Christmas, so I'll just find out what it interacts with and do a little research. Thank you.
I mean, like I said, the first time you taste it, you're gonna be like, I'm never listening to that little hobbit again. Give it a couple of times, put some honey in it, suck it up, and then you'll find, you kind of start to feel better. So yeah.
There was a time when I took, because my mom gave it to me, I was sick. It was in college and I was sick all the time. And I remember taking the liquid echinacea and mixing it in with honey, and it was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mixed it in with honey.
If you start to not feel good, especially since we're getting into like cold and flu season, elderberry is a really great thing. It keeps your immune system boosted. But if you start taking elderberry and echinacea and stuff like that at the first signs of you feeling cold, it really does help. You can take it in syrup. There's tablet form. So that's what I've got. I've got these little pills that you just chew up, and then you don't eat or drink anything for 10 minutes. It tastes pretty good. But again, make sure that hold on, I gotta see this. I'm sorry.
That's awesome, Ben.
Tea that tastes like dirt is small potatoes. Trust me, my doc has me doing gross stuff with coffee. Tea that tastes like dirt, small potatoes. Okay.
Oh, wow. Seventh just said my sense of smell has come back very limited. So maybe you wouldn't taste as much either, because taste and smell are so much connected.
With COVID, my sense of smell has come back very limited. Oy.
And Nadine said, I see nettle leaf. Is that the same? I don't think it is. Because Christy mentioned purple nettle. So I think it may be a little different. But I'd have to do some research. Potentially we can ask Christy next time we see her. No, for sure.
Which hopefully won't be too far flung.
Nope. How are you doing, Kara?
It's cold today. It's dang cold. And it's just getting colder.
Is it like a damp cold too?
Yeah. We've got a fire going, so that's good.
Well, and you're on the porch. Isn't it colder on the porch?
It's very cold on the porch. And I've got to call my AC guy because our mini split isn't blowing out warm air.
Okay.
It's kind of blowing out tepid air, even on like the highest temperature, which is 86, which should be burning us out of here. Yeah, it's just this tepid air coming out. So I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Okay. Christy wants to know if I can drop the link again. Of course I can.
Because 7 says, I'm fairly certain purple nettle is a type of bee. B-E. Oh, type of nettle. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I want here she is to answer this question. Welcome back. Nadine wants to know, she says she sees nettle leaf. Is that the same as purple nettle?
Yeah, it's all the same. It's all the same family. Yeah. Here in the South, it's just dead purple nettle that grows, but yeah. Yep.
And I
That's
got a
it.
Davida, baby.
Hey, I'm trying to.
Ben, I have to say, I really appreciate your sense of humor. And I really hope that you tell us if you need help, because you provide so much joy to the rest of us. But I really hope that you're getting joy and support as well. Thank you.
And I got a Davida honey. Yep. Somebody needs to do a honey that's named that.
Yeah.
Well, it probably has been done. If we Googled it, we probably it might have been done.
Yeah.
I just got the reason that I didn't mean to hop completely off, but there was a picture of my 4 grandbabies at Christmas. Merry Christmas, Chris.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
There was a picture of it's an old picture, but there was a picture posted of the 4 grandbabies at Christmas.
Oh.
And so I was like, what is this? Hold on. So yeah, it's a picture of them with their mom. So it's a picture from earlier. They celebrated Christmas earlier.
Okay.
So, got to see them. So when I seen it, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on? All right.
Iron butterfly. You're right, Chris. You are so right. Deep Purple did Smoke on the Water, right? Smoke on the water. Somebody had some wrong lyrics to that song, and it was hilarious. I wish I could remember them.
The wrong lyrics to songs are insane. Like my daughter, I think I told this. She thought that Pour Some Sugar on Me. She thought that they were saying my red iPhone, and she's like, I didn't think they had iPhones back then. And I'm like, no, it's a red song. And she's like, oh. We had an iPhone in the 80s.
Let me go ask him if you would mind.
Let's see.
I won't keep your pizza burning.
Oh yes, slow walking Walter, that fire engine guy. Yes. Yes, that was it. Well, I remember hearing John Fogerty talking about wrong lyrics for Bad Moon on the Rise. And he said a lot of people thought it was the bathrooms on the right. So every once in a while, just to mess with people, instead of going, there's the bad moon on the right, he would be like, the bathroom's on the right. And I'm like, oh my God, like, wow. So now sometimes when I hear it, or you'll see the things where they intentionally do, bad lyrics. Those are great too.
He's in the loo.
The subject of the bathroom.
Did you see Chris said, he goes, slow walking Walter, that fire engine guy.
Yes, brilliant. That's even better. Somebody should sing that song just like that. Question for you, Carol. Okay.
I was gonna say not me, because I can't sing to save my life. Well, maybe to save my life, but nobody's gonna hear it.
Okay, don't necessarily. So do you want me to toggle you off, Misha?
No, I'm fine. I was trying to get that on before. But no, Inagata Vita, I just do want to say that is actually one of my favorite songs whenever I used to beer tend. I would play that on the jukebox because even though we were beer tenders, we still had to pay for the jukebox. And that was the longest playing song in the history of jukeboxes that I've ever seen. And so I got my money's worth out of that sucker, and I loved it. So
I think so, Ben. I think Richie Black was memory. Yeah, I think so. Well, Rainbow was after Deep Purple.
I love misheard lyrics. Oh wow.
I love misheard lyrics. Yes. That's I'm gonna buy books that have misheard lyrics.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should do a game like that one
I didn't
day.
know such a thing existed. Now that I do, I must hunt for those books.
Yes. Yes.
See, I bet you could find that on YouTube even.
We could make a game of it. Carol did a really cool game thing where she did like jazz hands. Her and Steve were doing it, and you had to, from what she was doing, there was no actual sound of the song, just her acting it out and dancing.
I was just, I was singing it, dancing into it, so you could, and the idea was to guess the song. Yeah, it lasted.
It was awesome. That's the first video I'd seen of you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just love her.
And I get into copyright trouble. That song that I meant to say this. That song that I danced to yesterday, I got a copyright flag on it, but they said, but they allow them to, they allow for this use. Copyright holder, and I'm like, bless you, copyright holder. So that's why I got to keep the video up, because they allow it.
I understand copyright and getting paid for your stuff, but as a like a lyricist, I would want someone out there singing my song, dancing to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I would want to share that, because then people are going to be like, oh, what is that awesomeness? You know?
Right. I remember that. I got to go buy it.
Yes. Anique, sweet dreams are made of cheese.
I love that. I love that song. That's hilarious.
You know what? I can Google. I won't be able to see the chat, but most song. We'll do 80s. We're all old enough to remember the 80s, aren't we? We're all good with the 80s, and then some.
Yes.
Let's see. The 10 most butchered song lyrics, mental flaws. Okay, here we go. We'll wait until Carol gets back so we can do this. Some of these. Oh, isn't it hilarious? How bad people can butcher song, like a song lyric. And then it like takes off like wildfire because one person, and you couldn't Google it back then. Like you had to find somebody who had the album or the cassette and unfold it where it had all of the words and and get it right. And so I always did that. I'm like such a reader that the first thing I would do when I got a cassette tape, because albums were more when I was a little girl, but when I got into being able to actually listen to the music I wanted to listen to, it was cassette tapes or CDs. So I would open them up and I would read the lyrics, because I wanted to know. But man, and I think that's funny.
I'm looking at Rolling Stone, Beast of Burning. I'll never leave your pizza burning.
That
Journey. So here I am with broken arms.
Oh. The ones that I found are really good. You guys might have said, so you might have got some of these. It isn't really hoarding if your stuff is cool. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that one got us in a little trouble though, so it can be because we got a lot of awesome stuff. But
she's just chilling in the tree, like
okay,
this here I am.
There's eagles on a dark desert highway, Cool Whip in my hair.
How does that even make sense?
Abba, change your mind. And I'm the first one, Jackie Chan.
I mean, really, like, and again, that's my logic. Like, how does that make sense? But I mean, that's like the bathrooms on the right. How would you know the bathrooms on the right?
Is it wrong of me to say that makes perfect sense? It so does.
Nobody really bothered to look. She's got electric boobs, a mohair suit. I read it in a magazine.
Here's Eminem with Rihanna. I'm friends with mustard under my bed. I'm friends with the mustard under my bed. The monster.
I did really love that song. I'm not a huge rap person, but I did really like that song. Oh my goodness.
Oh, living in a prayer. It doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not.
Let me refresh my chat. It doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not. I mean, there you go.
Oh, wow. Calling Jamaica.
My chat is not catching up.
Oh, let me switch over. I was just looking at
I think it's just my computer is really slow. I just don't want to miss anybody.
She's got electric boobs, a mohair suit. I read it in a magazine. Oh.
Not surprisingly, a large percent of its misheard lyrics involve food. Yeah, I've heard the bathroom on the right. That is hilarious. And the fact that John Fogerty will just sing that to see if anybody is paying attention cracks me up too. That's like something I would do. Be like, who's really paying attention? Hey, that's his. You don't get to be the bully. You be the good girl. Be the good girl.
Oh, the Beatles. I want to hold your ham. Oh, jeez.
Sorry about that. He's not feeling getting on camera, you guys.
That's
Sorry.
all right.
I've been
So
looking at multiple.
I googled the most missung, the 10 most butchered lyrics according to Mental Floss. So let's go through these. I think maybe some of them have already been said. All right, Purple Haze by Jimi Hendrix. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. It's actually excuse me while I kiss the sky.
There's a bathroom
you
on
guys
the
agree.
right. There's a bad man
Yeah.
on the rise.
The second one is Tiny Dancer by Elton John. Hold me
Nectar
closer.
Dreams.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza. It's actually Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer.
So,
Blinded by the Light by Manfred Mann. Wrapped Up Like a Douche, Another Rumor in the Night. It's Revved Up Like a Deuce, Another Runner in the Night.
That's my
Okay.
favorite one right there.
This one, I have heard people say this. Number 4 is Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. Misheard lyrics, I got my first real sex dream. And the actual lyric is, I got my first real sixth string. I can kind of see it. Summer of '69. Okay. Message in a Bottle by The Police. A year has a year has passed since I broke my nose. The actual lyric, a year has passed since I wrote my note.
Yeah. Left my brains down in Africa.
Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight. See, here's number 6 is The Sidewinder Sleeps Tonight by REM. Misheard lyric, Calling Jamaica. Actual lyric, Call me when you trying to wake her. We got this one already, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Doesn't make a difference if you're naked or not. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not.
You're a plant freak, duh. How long have you?
A few minutes, but it's okay.
Sorry about that. Too long?
No, it's okay. Honestly, I've been sitting here eating my food because I'm eating Christmas dinner in bed tonight. Because I got a little person over here who's still not feeling the greatest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I finally got some medicine into him. It's been like a 2-hour battle to like convince him medicine was probably going to help a little bit, especially when his fever got to 103. So
yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
These
so, Misha,
others
I
are
need
not.
to understand. I need to understand what we're doing and how we're doing it when you get a chance.
Oh, we were just going over misheard lyrics. We're not doing anything in particular. Just
okay.
Yeah, nothing special. We just got off on a tangent, and so I was like, let's just
I
Google
love
the
the
most.
misheard lyrics thing.
Yeah,
Stasia. Okay. Yep. We're
there was a couple that were like maybe probably not super appropriate, so I didn't read those. But yeah, that's all we were doing, just talking about misheard lyrics while you were out doing whatever.
But it was hilarious. Like completely hilarious. Rowan looks over and goes, "Nope, Mom, too loud." Sorry, bud. Oh, I'm sorry I missed a lot of the evening trying to catch up with this little cold that he came home with. But how is everybody?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
How are you?
Made it through another one, y'all. We're here. Sniff, sniff, pout, pout.
I'm okay. It's been a long day.
I bet it has.
I think I heard Misha for a second. How are you doing, honey?
I am still speaking in sentences, so I'm pretty good.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
I'm happy to hear your voice. I'm happy to see everybody.
Well,
I felt really different. Not. Oh.
I love this.
You go ahead, Misha.
It's like I interrupt people anyways, and so it's even worse whenever it's like this. But no, me and Carol decided after the vote we're probably going to try to do another one. and we're going to do it to where that she can take her breaks and stuff, and we can just keep going a little bit because I want to go on. I wasn't able to last
If
night.
you guys
I
want to
tried,
keep
but
going
it was
here,
several
I do
hours.
need to get out in the barn. But if you guys want to keep going here, I'll just leave it up if that's something you'd like to do.
Cool. Yeah,
And then
I
and
need
then
to. I
you
want
and
to do it later
I can-
tonight.
Okay, and then
Huh?
you and I can work together for later, Misha.
Yeah, that sounds great. I've got some stuff I really want to just kind of get off, like that need to get off, and I would like to do it with my friends there. So
Okay.
yeah, I think that would
What
be
time
good.
arounds are you thinking?
After the boat sounds perfect for me.
Okay.
I wanted to spend a little bit of time with my son. I hadn't really gotten to do that much.
Yeah.
He showed up right before our dinner was on. Can we do it a little later? Can we push it back a little?
Anytime you want to do it is fine with me.
Okay.
Because you know me, I don't have anything going on. And if
Okay.
you can spend time with your son, you do it, girl.
Okay.
Don't ever let anything that always.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm so glad you
Yeah.
spend time.
Okay. Yeah. Let's PM. Can you get phone calls on your private messaging, Misha?
Yeah, I can get phone calls. I'll send you my phone
Okay.
on Facebook. I'll send that
Okay.
right now.
And then we can talk about the particulars on. Yeah.
That sounds
On,
great to me.
okay.
Yeah. And let me know. Drop it at, let me know. And if I'm able to hop back on, I will.
Okay.
I think I might hop off for a little bit because my throat's really starting to hurt. But if you wanted, we could do a quick meditation and some box breathing, and then you guys continue on or whatever. But my throat is I'm really starting to feel it right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Steve's already dressed and out in the barn, so I'm feeling pretty guilty sitting here. So I'm going to skip the meditation for the moment. And yeah, it's Christmas. I don't want him out in the barn by himself.
Fair.
So we just hop off then when we're done, and then it'll just keep running and it'll shut off for you.
Yeah, and then I'll just
Got
edit
it.
that part, the empty space out. And if people want to keep chatting, they totally can.
Yeah. Perfect.
And,
I'm gonna put mine on mute for a little bit, but I'll be here still.
Okay. All righty. All right, you guys, carry on. And if you're here when I get back, awesome. If not, I will catch you on the flippity flip.
All right. Sounds good.
All right,
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I'm gonna go ahead and do some box breathing and we'll do a little meditation. I'm gonna hop off.
Some breathing.
You guys do what you're gonna do. If you're gonna do something later though, let me know. And I will definitely, if I'm able, hop back on. So for sure, I want to be there to support you. All right, so let's go ahead and do let's go ahead and do 4 of the box breaths. So breathe in for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, exhale until your lungs are completely empty, allowing your shoulders to drop. And then we'll go into a guided meditation from there. And when we're done, I'll tell you that you can open your eyes. And then if you need to hop off, hop off. If you want to continue to stay in chat, stay in chat. But let's go ahead and do this. So go ahead and shake it out. Close your eyes and drop into your heart space, whether that is putting a hand on your heart or imagining a little version of yourself going into the room that represents your heart. As you breathe in for the box breathing, breathe in something positive and encouraging for yourself, a mantra if you have one. And as you exhale, exhale anything that is a negative thought, an ant, anything that does no longer serve you. We're going to do 4 of these. So go ahead and breathe in, hold, and exhale. Really let those shoulders drop. Again, breathe in, hold, and exhale. Again, breathe in, hold, and exhale. And last time, breathe in, Hold and exhale. For this meditation, I want you to picture yourself in your most cherished Christmas memory, a happy place, sitting next to a tree, just you. Perhaps there's a fire burning in a beautiful fireplace. Perhaps there's the smell of cooking coming from the kitchen. Perhaps you're looking out the window, seeing the snow fall. And as you sit in your special place, surrounded by the quiet, you notice that there is one lone gift under the tree. It's beautifully wrapped. It's not a big gift, but it's wrapped in your favorite color with a beautiful bow. And you pick it up to see what it is. And on it, you see the tag says, "To you, from you." And you look at it in bewilderment and you start to slowly untie the bow and carefully unwrap the paper. And you open it up, and inside you find a folded letter. And you open the letter and you realize this is a letter from your future self to yourself on today, Christmas Day. Take a moment and quietly read what you think your future self has to say to you right now. What wisdom is the future self giving you? What is it telling you to do? What is it asking you to forgive or to embrace or to release? It's going to take you to a count of 10 to get through this letter. I'll count quietly and let you know. 9, 10. Feeling the love and warmth, perhaps wiping away a tear, folding up this beautiful letter that your future self has written to you to read just tonight. You fold it up, you put it in your pocket, you wipe away a tear, or you make your smile bigger, and you walk out of the room with the Christmas tree by yourself and into the room where every single one of us are, and all of your loved ones, those that you haven't seen, those that you have just heard from or reconnected with, and those that aren't here anymore. And we all look at you with knowing smiles, knowing that you just got a very special gift. And we all embrace you and hug you and tell you that we love you. And we stand around the table holding hands. And in our hearts, practice the gift of gratitude for everything that we have right now in this moment, no matter how big it seems or how tiny it feels. And send out love and warmth and encouragement and strength to each and every one of us. And when you are ready, open your eyes. All right. Well, you guys have a good evening. I am going to hop off. And I just want to say, Misha is the reason that all of us are always in most of the meditations, because she said that she imagined all of us being together. And that's what has inspired me with those meditations to include everybody. So you guys have a Merry Christmas. Have a good night. Hopefully I will see you later. It's going to kind of depend on how I feel. I do have some kind of important stuff going. I will try to get back on if I can. Got to call and talk to Michael and kind of handle some of this other stuff. But I will see you all soon.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Love.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I think I'm gonna go too. I'm gonna go
Okay.
rest, and I need to find some food. And I'm
Fair
gonna
enough.
my kitty because I haven't eaten yet. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Misha, how are you doing? You sticking around for a bit?
Well, I was actually going to say I've got to go for a little bit. For one, the King's playing on the guitar and singing, and so I'm trying to keep it kind of quiet in here so he can do that. And I got a few things that I've got to do too, but I want to be back on. So how about we say break and then just come back? Is that are you
Perfect. Do you
okay?
mind sending me the link for whenever you plan on going back on later?
We don't have it yet, but I will send it as soon as we get it. How about that?
That sounds perfect.
Okay. Good. I love you
I
guys.
love
And
both of
man,
you. Have a
are
good night. Good night,
so
everybody in the chat.
good night. Bye
Love
all.
love all
all.
y'all.
Merry
Mwah.
Christmas. Happy holidays.
And Anika, I saw that, and that was great. Lock the task bar. Mwah.